Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take, for Wednesday night, March the 26th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I am in an awesome mood tonight. Watch the game with my son, Sean. Watch the game with my primary sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Always nice to get together with Jason. And the three of us watch the Canucks defeat the New York Islanders by a score of 5-2. And we did it while enjoying some tasty wings and tater tots at the Canadian Brewhouse in Richmond. So I'm so glad all you guys are here. We're going to break down the game. We're going to go over the goals. We're going to talk about the Canucks playoff situation. It's not as precarious as it was at the start of today, but it's still a little bit precarious. We're going to talk about realistically if you think the Canucks can make it. And we're going to bring on Jordan Lee of Canucks Uncensored for his birthday pep talk, his birthday chat. And we'll do that at the last part of the show. Speaking of which, Canucks Uncensored, Witten, is that you or is that Jordan? No matter who it is, glad that you guys are here. And I'm excited to bring on Jordan for the last part of my show tonight. Okay. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thank you for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three, but the fact that you're here with me, know how much I always appreciate you, and I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you get involved tonight. You can subscribe to the channel, get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos. You can like the video. You like the fact that the Canucks won 5-2. Like the fact that we are together. Like the fact that I got to enjoy some wings. Like the fact that Thatcher Demko has won 2 games straight. Like the fact that my son just came in and forgot that I was doing a show and he's yelling in the hallway. And like the fact that we are together celebrating this Canucks game and that, we're just going to break it all down and hang out together. You can leave a donation, get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your membership. You can use your monthly membership message. See, I messed that up because I was so excited to see BC Beastly in the chat. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. All right, let's get right into it. We knew coming into tonight, I said the Canucks needed basically 16 points in their final 11 games. So they need to go 5 games over 500, 16 in their final 11. Well, now they need 14 in their final 10 because they won today. And it's you know what was nice about today? It wasn't boring first period, second period, and then a goal explosion in the third period, and you never knew who was going to score the final goal. Today, they sped everything up, and it wasn't a boring first period, but it certainly kind of took had the same vibe, same feel as their game against St. Louis, their game against the Rangers, their game against New Jersey. But in all the goals happened in the second period. 5 goals, in fact. The Canucks were up 3-2 after the second. If you watched my goal breakdown already, thank you for doing that as well. Speaking of thanks, it is Skytrain Yrvin who gets the donation train out of the station. So let's give some love in the chat to Skytrain Yrvin. Skytrain Yrvin with a $5 donation says, like the fact that Ratu scored against his old team. That is so true. That is an excellent thing to celebrate. Yes, Aatu Ratu scoring against his former team. Don't forget, Aatu Ratu is only 22 years old. Could he be the center of the future for us, at least the third line center? I can already tell my computer's a little laggy. I'm going to try one thing real quick because who knows what's going to happen when I do the goal visualizer. But let me do that. Actually, before I do that, thank you, Skytrain Yrvin, for that donation. But I noticed when it comes to donations, we ain't done, because coming all the way from Toronto, it's D'Lo. So let's give D'Lo some love in the chat as well. So let's give some love to D'Lo for the $5 donation. I saw your tweet as well. And I don't even know if I'm messing up when I call you D'Lo. I think you told me that that's okay, right? But let me know, D'Lo, if you want me to call you something else. But I read that as D'Lo Fiasco. I don't know how else I'm supposed to read that. So hopefully that is indeed the right way of pronouncing it. But thank you. If Talk It leaves, hire Manny Ma Flippin' Holtra. Yes, I've never heard it said like that, but Manny Ma Flippin' Holtra. I feel like I'm swearing there. The man deserves all the credit with how the kids are playing. Look at what Manny's doing in Abbotsford, and look at what happens when the Abbotsford kids come up. Ratu, Lekaramaki, Carlson, Aman, they've all held their own. I don't think Mancini ever went down there, right? He's been up here the whole time. DPD. So that's at least 5. And did I just name 4 Swedes and 1? What is Aturatu? He must be Finnish, right? So pretty cool. Let's give some love to D'Lo in the chat as well. But my friends, you guys must be in a good mood. It always happens when the Canucks win because we ain't done. So I'm not sure what happened, but Knuckleback became a franchise member, even though he was a Hall of Fame member. And then he right away upgraded himself to Hall of Fame. So technically, I think I'm close to a high five because I have a donation. I have a membership gift that I'm going to talk about real quick. I have technically a new member and an upgrade, but it came from the same person. So if I was very nice and generous, I could say that those together are separate, and then all we need is a monthly membership message, and then we fulfilled our high five. Or do I treat Knuckleback as only one? He can either be a new member or it can be an upgrade, because technically, but by letter of the law, he became a new member and then he upgraded. So I guess we hit the high five with Coach Rob. So I'll get to that in a second. Wow, this is exciting. Okay, let me concentrate. Let me concentrate here. Let me go in order because I want to recognize all these things first. So Knuckleback becomes a new franchise member, even though he was a Hall of Fame member yesterday. And then he upgrades back to Hall of Fame. So I think Knuckleback, it's a weird way of doing it, but he fulfilled 2/5 of the high five. So thank you, Knuckleback, for rejoining membership as a franchise. Then immediately going to Hall of Fame member. So let's give some love to Knuckleback in the chat. But my friends, we ain't done. Skytrain Elfrin gives a membership, and it goes to Luke Flyswatter. So thank you, Skytrain Elfrin, for the $5 donation. It goes to Luke Flyswatter, and welcome to a franchise membership just in time for our member stream tomorrow. So welcome, Luke. So there's another one of our high five, and thanks again, Skytrain Elfrin. But my friends, we ain't done. Coach Rob then comes in, uses his monthly membership message of 49 months. That is 4 years and 1 month. You see that good math that I just did? Thank you, Coach Rob, for being a good friend and a loyal member. Or is it a loyal member and a good friend? Or a loyal friend and a good member? Regardless, thank you, Rob. Let's give Rob some love in the chat. But my friends, we ain't done. We go from one of our longest serving members to, by the way, for those of you that are new here, welcome. And are you saying, well, are you actually going to talk about the Canucks game? Yes, I do every single night. That's all I do on this channel, except when I, break down much music appearances by myself from 30 years ago. But yes, this is a Canucks channel. I break down goals. I talk about the game. But on a night like tonight, where people are being so generous, I think it's even more important to recognize people's generosity. So let's keep doing that. Hugh St. Denis. Go from Rob, who's been a member for 49 months, to Hugh, who's been a member for 1 month, but still uses his monthly membership message. And he says, Demko for Prime Minister. So let's give some love to Hugh in the chat. But my friends, we ain't done. Hall of Fame member Shannon Hollingworth. Hope you're doing well today, Shannon. You hope you're healthy. $5 donation says, let's go Canucks. Keep playing like tonight. I agree. So let's give some love to Shannon in the chat. $5 donation. Thank you, Shannon, for all that you do for this community. But my friends, we ain't done. Ricky Sanga gives some membership. Ricky, also famous for starting that whole Much Music debacle 2 nights ago. Ricky gives some membership, and it goes to BC, who I remember is a big LA Kings fan. But that's okay. Everyone is welcome here. Ratsu's from Finland. Thank you, Cindy. So welcome back to membership, BC. And Ricky, thank you for your generosity. But my friends, we ain't done. Hall of Fame member Shannon Hollingworth comes in with a 46-month membership message. Coach Rob and Canuck Clay and all the other men that know how to coach if Tocchet leaves. Oh, you're talking about replacements. Let's not worry about that just yet. You guys. Yeah, I agree, Japan Force. Shannon is awesome. You add all of these things up. We have hit our high five tonight because we have donations from Skytrain Alfred and Dilo and Shannon. That's number one. We have a new member in Knuckleback. Not really, but we'll give it to him too. Then he upgraded membership. That's number 3. Then we have monthly membership message from Coach Rob, from Hugh, from Shannon. And then we have membership gifts from Skytrain Alfred and Ricky. So congratulations to all of you. By triggering that high five, I will do a giveaway. It won't be tonight because I already have plans tonight. Going to bring on Jordan for the second half of the show. I do like at least a show or two notice so I can set everything up, the links, the wheel, everything. And tomorrow's a member stream. So Sunday night, March the 30th, I will do a giveaway that will make you, that will be worth your while. So make sure you join me on Sunday night for that stream. So congratulations. Thank you to everyone for help triggering the high five, the 5 ways that you can be generous. And we hit all 5 of them in the first 12 minutes of the show. Amazing. But my friends, we ain't done. Luke with the $2 donation says, big win tonight. Hopefully that trend continues. I agree, Luke. Thank you so much for your generosity. Let's give Luke some love in the chat. And one other thing I'll say before I actually break down some of these goals, I love what Skytrain Alfred says. It feels like a 10-2 victory for Canuck Clay tonight. Exactly, a 5-2 victory plus the high five. Make that a 10-2 win. I'm going to quickly go through these goals, and if any donations or membership message or anything comes in while I do the next 3 minutes or so, I won't interrupt myself. Otherwise, I'll never get done. I will highlight all of them in a few minutes. So let's get to it. The first goal is by the Vancouver Canucks, and it is a Kiefer Sherwood goal. So some good work down low by the Canucks. Then you have Hronik getting it over to Hughes on the point. Hughes, a good wrist shot, and Sherwood goes to the front of the net, low shot, and he's able to deflect it past Sorokin. Just watch Sherwood. Some good work behind the net. Just keep your eye on Sherwood here. Comes out from behind the net, then kind of circles, and then gives Quinn Hughes a stick, a target to go at. Wonderful, wonderful goal by Sherwood. Then the Islanders scored 2. The first one is Zizekas. Brutal behind the back blind giveaway. I don't know if he thought the camera was going to be there. And I kind of want Hughes to play this a bit better. He kind of joked about being bad at playing 2-on-1s, and sure enough, he does not block the pass. Maybe he thought Lekkerimäki was going to catch up to Zizekas, but he doesn't. And Zizekas is able to actually, he doesn't have time to go forehand to beat Thatcher Demko. So 1-1. And then a bit of a weird, well, not a weird play, just a missed coverage here. Besser's on D'Angelo. but then the puck starts moving around a bit, and then D'Angelo just kind of gets lost over here. Then a rebound comes out, and he's able to outrace everyone to the rebound and put it past Thatcher Demko. So now it's 2-1. But then Aatu Ratu, what a goal. What a goal. Some good work by the Canucks here. You see Myers, Sherwood. Sherwood digs it out, gets it to Marcus Pettersson, who one-times it. And Aatu Ratu with a beautiful deflection off the ice over Sorokin's pad. And now it is 2-2. Derek Forbort. Yeah, so some interesting goal scorers. Aatu Ratu. Now Derek Forbort. Love this play by Myers. Right there. Myers curls away from, who's 44? Is that Pajot? I can't remember who that was. I said it was Horvat in my video, but that's wrong. I thought it was 14. Myers curls away, bank pass to Suter, across the ice to DeBrusk. Love the puck movement. And look where Derek Forbort, the eventual goal scorer, comes from. DeBrusk feeds a beautiful feather pass through, and Forbort beats Sorokin from the dot. Sorokin should have had this. Didn't go off of the Islanders player, but now it's 3-2 for the Canucks. And Derek Forbort, you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. His second goal of the season. Bluger adds some assurance from almost the same place. You see it's a 2-on-2, pretty innocent. The puck actually gets lost, but then Garland outfights one, finds Bluger, and then Bluger shoots from the exact same place. Sorokin's right, left circle, past Sorokin on the glove side. That was the end of Sorokin's night, but the Canucks didn't score on the backup goaltender, but they did score on an empty netter. Love this play. O'Connor to Suter. Suter could have easily shot right here, but he gains a line, draws the defender, passes it over to Kiefer Sherwood. So unselfish in this play. Maybe cost himself $100,000 in his new contract, but he gives up the goal and gets it over to Sherwood. Game, set, match, 5-2, Vancouver Canucks. Shots on goal. Look at this. They all got outshot 10-5. Then they outshot 13-11, then 7-7. So pretty even, 28-25. Face-offs 55-45. No one scored on the power play, only 3 power plays. Very few penalty minutes. We got actually out-hit again. What's going on? Well, come on, Kiefer Sherwood, do your part. 28 hits to 21 and 18 block shots to the 12. So the Islanders did well in a lot of the hustle stats. But who cares? We won. And then we know that Kiefer Sherwood had a big night. He had 3 points, 2 goals and assists. Drew O'Connor had 2 assists. Pius Suter had 2 assists. It was a great night. All the forwards were, only Lekkerimäki and Besser were -1, but that's okay. Ice time, low man was Ratu at 10:48, made the use of it. High man was Suter at 18:55. So no one over 20, which is great. And then shots, I see 3 for Garland. I see 4 for Sherwood. I see 3 for Carlson. Blocks, I see 2 for Garland. Hits, 4 for Sherwood. I see 7 for Joshua. So when Sherwood and Joshua are on the same team, it is pretty awesome. 4 of the 6 defenders got points. Only DPD and Myers didn't, but Myers was a +4. Tyler Myers was a +4. And then shots, Marcus Pettersson had 2. Blocks, Quinn Hughes had 3. And then hits, only 1 hit from the defenseman, Marcus Pettersson. Thatcher Demko, awesome. 26 saves on 28 shots. Made some unreal saves, especially in the first period. That first one off of Bo Horvat. A couple others side to side. So his groin, I don't know how his groin looks because that sounds a little gross, but his groin probably feels good. Again, that doesn't sound that good either. It looks like Thatcher Demko is fine though. Going side to side, making the saves he needs to make. Pretty awesome stuff. So I'm going to go over the scores, go over the standings, then go over your generosity, go over your questions. Then we'll bring on Jordan in about 15 minutes or so. I see him backstage looking all good. Can't wait to bring him on. But Jordan, you're going to have to wait a little bit. He's fine. All right, the scores. We beat the Islanders 5-2. The Devils beat the Blackhawks 5-3. The Stars took a 4-0 lead. Edmonton almost catches up, but they lose 4-3. And the Ducks surprise the Bruins 6-2. So now you look at the standings. Who cares about the East? All we care about is the West. And I have a new theory for you. So let me put my banner up. My most recent playoff prognostication. Okay. St. Louis didn't play. Calgary didn't play. Utah didn't play. None of the teams that we are chasing or fighting with played. So the huge thing about this Canucks win, you guys, is by getting those 2 points, We are now only 3 behind St. Louis with 1 game in hand. So we win that 1 game in hand, and then we are only 1 point behind St. Louis. Kind of makes that 4-3 win by St. Louis over us last week massive. But let's presume we beat Columbus. I know St. Louis will probably play before that, but for all intents and purposes, let's say we win our game in hand. Then we're only 1 point behind them. Calgary is the one who actually got the better points percentage from a standpoint of they have 3 games in hand in St. Louis, and they could get up to 85. I don't think they will, but maybe they're around the 82, 83 mark as well. That's what their points percentage would dictate. Not worried about Utah. Here's another thought, though. Could 2 of St. Louis, Vancouver, Calgary, could 1 of St. Louis, Vancouver, Calgary actually catch Minnesota, who are only 2 points ahead of St. Louis, 5 points ahead of us, and they're struggling. They've lost 2 straight. They're 4-5-1. They have a lot of injuries. And I didn't think this would be possible when it was LA in that wild card spot. But now that it's Minnesota, or if it's Colorado, but now that's Minnesota, I've heard some people today start to talk about maybe someone will catch them. Maybe it's St. Louis, Vancouver, or Calgary, 2 of those 3 in, and Minnesota's out. So we'll track Minnesota as we go. Finally, with the big win tonight, now presuming the playoff bar is still 94 points. Remember, I moved that up from 91, 92 last week. The Canucks still need to go 4 games over 500, but this is better. 2 games ago, I was saying the Canucks had to go 6 games over 500. Before the win over the Jersey Devils, I was saying they have to go 5 games over 500. Actually, sorry, before tonight's game. Now what they want with the win, to get to 94, they only have to go 4 games over 500 and in their final 10 games. And that could be 7-3, which I doubt will happen. But it could be 6-2-2, which means it's only 6 wins and 4 losses. Or it could actually be 5-1-4. Imagine 5-1-4. That is technically 5 wins and 5 losses, even though 4 of them are in shootout or overtime. But that gets you your 14 points. So I see Money Puck's odds have them at 22% now as opposed to 16 or 17. So with this win, the Canucks obviously improve their chances, but it's still more likely not than that they'll make it. But they're not dead. They're not even close to being mathematically eliminated. And I've actually come to the realization, as much as I keep talking about extrapolation and catching St. Louis or Minnesota or catching Calgary or holding off Utah, which is all true, all the Canucks got to do is worry about themselves. And if they continue to play like they did tonight against New Jersey, against the Rangers, despite the result, they could make this very, very interesting. I could see them going 6-2-2. Really, I could see them going 5-1-4 for sure. I don't know if I see them going 7-3, but it's not an impossibility. It might be a bit of an improbability, but it's certainly not an impossibility. So I wanted to break that down for all you guys. So I'll stop the screen sharing there. Let me go over some of the generosity that took place when I was doing that breakdown. And since I went away, first we start off by thanking Brian, Hall of Fame member most recently, and he's been a member for 15 months. Let's give some love to Brian in the chat. Brian says, huge win for the Canucks, enjoying Clay's breakdown from Asia. That's right, Brian. I remember you're in Hong Kong. Thank you for navigating the time difference. I know what it's like for sure because my wife Gail is in the Philippines right now. I hope she comes back. She's only been gone a week and a half, but it feels like forever. Still 2 more weeks. I don't know how I'm going to handle it, but thank you, Brian, for tuning in all the way from overseas, and thank you for being such a loyal member for 15 months. Brian, by the way, we're doing our monthly Zoom chat for Hall of Fame and Legends this Sunday at 8:30 p.m. I presume that is like noon or 11:30 Hong Kong time on Monday morning for you. So maybe you can join us, but I'll make sure that I contact you. So thank you, Brian. Let's give Brian some love in the chat. But my friends, we ain't done. Colin Whitehead, I can't tell if this is, I don't think this is a new membership, but rather, is that your monthly membership message? But you didn't type anything, but you did acknowledge that you've been here for a month? Or does that mean, I don't know what it means, but Colin, I'm happy to have you. Welcome. That looks like a monthly membership message for 1 month. So thank you for being a franchise member. Always great to have people like you. Let's give some love to Colin in the chat. Then we have our man, Chris on Canucks with that donation, another donation as well. think my kids forgot that I'm streaming tonight. There's a lot of activity outside, which is good. I think they're all excited that the Canucks won as well. Chris on Canucks, $3 donation. Thank you. Great game, great fans, and a great stream as always. I would concur, and I have a great guest coming on as well. So thank you, Chris on Canucks, for your generosity. You guys are being so awesome with your generosity tonight. I am most grateful. And I saw I think it was Selena who said that I woke her up. How's that possible? Does that mean you have my stream on but quiet? I don't get it. Clay, you woke me up. Great. Great what? It just stopped. You woke me up. Great. Or maybe say you woke me up. Great. Like you're happy that I woke you up. Let me do my Mitchell sponsor read. Then I'll do 5 to 7 minutes of questions and comments from you guys about tonight's game. And then we will bring on Jordan from Canucks Uncensored. Sound good? Sound great. So let's go. I always start off thinking my primary sponsor, thanking my primary sponsor, someone I got to enjoy tonight's game with, watching with my son Sean, and that's Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Thank you to my secondary sponsor, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. You can check him out at coachpatrickliu.com/clay and receive a free 5-day workout when you do so. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of that fine artwork. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. That helps me out a lot. I'm most grateful to that. To you for that. And then ways that you can get involved tonight. You can subscribe to the channel so you get active in the chat section. You can like the video. You can leave a donation. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership, upgrade your own membership, use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And thanks to you, in the first 10 minutes of the stream, we hit our high five. Someone left a donation. People were gifting memberships. People were buying their own memberships and then upgrading your own membership. Knuckleback did both of those. And then people were using their monthly membership message. Because we hit the high five, all 5 ways that you can support me, I'll be giving away something, or maybe a pair of something. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'll be doing that on Sunday night stream because tomorrow night is a member stream. And finally, speaking of which, I bumped it from yesterday to tomorrow because I'm not going to the Tina Turner show until Sunday afternoon. Long story short, member stream tomorrow night at 11 p.m. So if you're a legend, Hall of Fame, or franchise member, you will see a post from me by dinner time on my community tab that has the link for the members only stream. That will be tomorrow night at 11 p.m. If you're not a member, then you can look forward to seeing me and being part of the giveaway on Sunday night at 11, my next public stream. Okay, I'm going to go for 10 minutes now, and then I'm going to bring in Jordan for the last 15 to 20 minutes of the show. So before we bring Jordan on, I will answer your questions about tonight's game or your reflections starting now. Blazers fan says, Minnesota has a tough schedule. We can catch up. Yeah, we was talking about St. Louis having an easy schedule, Calgary having an easy schedule, Vancouver having a pretty tough schedule. Minnesota probably has the tougher schedule out of all those teams. So there is a chance. There is a chance. Hopefully Nashville brings their A game tomorrow. I don't have my hopes up, Sarah, but that is indeed the hope for sure. The Canucks should have a Clay bobblehead night. Well, you see me bobbling my head every time we do the Wheel of Names, right? Every time my favorite R&B song comes on. But yes, I don't know if anyone would. I would be scared to go to that game and then see how many of them are thrown out across the Georgia Viaduct walking to my car. So maybe not Dan, but thank you for that thought. How did you feel about Horvat's play today? Was he noticeable to you? He was certainly noticeable in the first few minutes when he almost scored on Thatcher Demko a couple times. I thought he was okay. You know, the Islanders team is very nondescript. Even before they had Horvat, you know, the Anders Lee and the Brock Nelsons and the Pajos of the world. Maybe I don't give them enough credit because I don't watch them play enough, but the Islanders were always, I'm not saying boring, but you could say that. They're just kind of nondescript. And Horvat sort of fits into that. Like, I still notice his speed for sure. I'm sure he's a good leader, even though he's not the captain. But I think I'm kind of biased by his bland personality. I liked him a lot when he was here. I got to meet him. Sean caddied for him. You guys know all the stories. So he was my favorite player when he was here. but he's dynamic on the ice, but he wasn't the most dynamic in interviews. All to say, on the ice today, I did notice him, but more so in the first few minutes and not so much as the game continued. And having said that, I don't believe these rumors. I think one reporter says it, then everyone jumps on it. No, I do not expect Horvat to come back this summer. I don't think he'll want to come back. He did not. He felt burned by the way his time ended here in Vancouver. Minnesota played Jersey twice, Washington next, Rangers and Islanders. Okay, so kind of like the teams we're playing. Japan says, heck no. He uses actually a word that I don't use, but yes, heck no. Horvat sucks. Nashville surprised Carolina. St. Louis is going to win for sure. What do you think about the all-Swede team tonight? Yes, half of our forwards are Swedes right now, and that's fine. Even more so if Höglander and PD were playing, or say a third of our forwards were Swedes, a couple of our defensemen. Yeah, they're great. They're obviously, some teams have a lot of Americans, some teams have a lot of Canadians, like the Florida Panthers. We have a lot of Swedish players. Minnesota is decimated with injuries. Their number 2 D-man Brodin is out as well. Yep. Horvat's too old. We got younger, stronger players that can score. That's true, Colin. They're building an identity with guys that are in their mid-20s for sure. Yeah, Ratu is only 22 years old. Let's not forget that. That's massive. That's massive. He's only 22. Blues lose tomorrow in Nashville and Saturday in Denver. Are you feeling it? Natty, I am feeling it. I am feeling whatever you're feeling. Let's go. 2 losses for the Blues. I was supposed to switch to franchise, but I've decided to renew to Hall of Fame. Is it showing on my end? How would I tell? I'm looking. Are different colors? Oh, I just noticed. Are different colors different things? No, right now your name is green. No, but that doesn't make sense because Knuckleback's Hall of Fame and his name is green. What is the green? Oh no, the blue means moderator, green means member. Never mind. I will look in the back end later, Swervin Yrvin. But I'm happy to have you, whatever level you decide. We need Edmonton to beat Calgary. Sure, let's cheer for them for sure. I love the win in Ratu's game. Me too. Yeah, sometimes you got to do what you got to do to manifest the response you want. The result, Swervin Yrvin. Oilers will crush the Flames. Should they sign Suter to a new deal? Jason, Sean, and I were talking about this all throughout dinner. It's funny. Suter brings everything we need. Swiss Army knife, power play, penalty kill, good leader. He doesn't have one distinguishable skill. He's not the fastest. He's not the biggest. He's not the hardest shot, but he does have a supreme hockey IQ. I think we've seen that. He's going to want between 4 and 4.5 million. And what's crazy, you guys, is he has everything that we probably want in a player, but I just have a gut feeling that we're not going to sign him. I think there's a better chance that we sign Besser than we sign Suter, even though I think Suter brings more. He's showing it. He's bringing more bang for the buck. So we'll see. We'll see. That's going to be a fascinating story to watch throughout the offseason. Canucks needs to re-sign and focus on re-signing Hughes. I think that's going to be the ultimate plan for sure. Yeah, I don't worry about Bedard rumors though. He's only a couple years into his contract. Did they win due to Demko returning, Hughes, or with injuries? Is this roster easier to coach with Tocchet's system or combination of all factors? Fillmore, all good thoughts. I think Demko is huge. He just gives another level of confidence in the pipes, between the pipes for sure. I do think that the team is playing very disciplined defense, which is leading to offense. So, and I think there's a lot of pride there. When they're missing 3 of their top 9 in PD, Hedel, and Höglander, you have to step up. Yeah, those split saves, they hurt me, Blazers fan, just watching them. Horvat, one of the worst captains of Japan for, not a fan. That's cool. We have not moved up in our division, Carol. We did pass Calgary tonight, but they have 2 games in hand, and we have crept within 3 of St. Louis. Yeah, Hughes creates so much space. It's kind of like anyone against me in roller hockey. And in fact, I'm sure that Jordan Lee has deked me out of my jock a couple times playing roller hockey, but we'll see. We'll talk about that in a second. The Swedish Canucks. Suter is our 1C, but if you're the woman from Amazon, he's not the 1C. He's the C1. I joked about that last night or 2 nights ago. They called him the C1. The Canucks can't lose Suter. That's true. I know he brings a lot of good things. Well, look at this. We got to give some love to Chris on Canucks, who's joined himself. He didn't wait for someone to give it to him. He just bought himself a franchise membership. Great to have you back as a franchise member, Chris on Canucks. You guys are all being so generous tonight. I really appreciate you. So let's give some love to Chris in the chat. All right, 3 more minutes. I'm bringing Jordan on. Suter, 5 times 4. Are you saying 5 million times 4 years or 5 years times 4 million? I think you're saying 5 years times 4 million, right? Because that's, but do you usually put the dollar sign or whatever? Rick, tell me what, put a dollar sign in front of one of those two numbers and then I know what you're talking about. All right, here we go. Suter okay, maybe it's 5 million because GGLL is saying if Suter keeps scoring, it's going to cost north of 5 million. Remember, I said by passing that puck to Sherwood on the open net, he cost himself 100 grand. Do you think we should rest Demko next game? No. He's in a rhythm. And the Sunday game, that's true. The Sunday game against Winnipeg is a bit earlier, right? So you're not a full 48 hours. You're like 1.5 days. So you could put in Lankinen against Columbus, what you think is the weaker team, and save Demko for the Winnipeg team. Yes, before I got excited and say go Demko next, but then you're probably not going to play Demko against Winnipeg if you play against Columbus. Lankinen was playing fine. He was a little shaky in that Rangers game, but maybe it sounded like he was under the weather as opposed to injured. So if I had to bet, yeah, maybe you go Lankinen on, and it's not like it's a step down. Lankinen's played great. We got to remember everything he's done for us this season. So maybe go Lankinen on Friday and Demko on Sunday. Sign Suter, let Besser walk, and then offer sheet Marco Rossi. I like Marco Rossi. He slowed down a little bit this season, but I do like him. Daniel, we have not heard about Petey and Hoglander. The fact that they were sent home, that's not great, but there are still 6 home games after this, and then a couple of road games too. So yeah, there's still 10 more games to go. So I think we'll see them. I'm not sure if we're going to see Hedel. That's the one that scares me a bit more. Bring back the Canuck faithful fade flat top. If the Canucks win a round, maybe I'll bring the flat top back. Gosh, that's such low standards though, low expectations. Should be if they win. Offer sheet Bedard. You're telling me there's a chance? There's always a chance, Ron, with this team. Can't just do any offer sheet. That's true. Lankinen coming back next game. That would make sense for sure. Japan 4. Yeah, I've seen your comments on other shows. I know you're not a fan of Besser, and that's totally fair. I'm not convinced that we should sign him for anything close to $8 million. That's for sure. Sam Bennett will be the top center available in free agency, but everyone is saying he would get way overpaid. Should we stay with the same centers now and go for Nikolai Ehlers? I like Ehlers. He's going to make, maybe him and Besser are going to probably make the same type of money, $8 million or so. I would take Ehlers over Besser though. As loyal as Besser has been. Yeah, isn't it funny how Bennett has become so good? Florida Panthers, Four Nations face-off. Because I remember when he came in the same time as Horvat, and I couldn't stand Bennett. I was like, this guy sucks. Horvat's way better. And remember all the jokes on Hockey Night in Canada about 19-year-old Sam Bennett? He's got to give him props. He's really, really risen to the top. Okay, 1 more minute. I just got to see if there's any questions. What's your thoughts if Demko with 2 years left? Well, technically it's this year and next year, Gerald. So I think he's reminding us that he's a top 5 goaltender in the league. I really do. So I try and re-sign him next year. Cap going up, 4.5, Lankinen not great, but if that gives you a solid backup, I'm all for it. We can offer sheet Bedard next year. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, Carol, I'll give you a call over the weekend. I know you got a lot going on. I'll give you a call over the weekend for sure. Last question. Clay, do you feel better about our playoff chances now, or do you think we will still miss? Guess what? Jessica, both things can be true. I do feel better about the Canucks playoff chances just by the odds themselves. I love the way they're playing. I love the way Demko's playing and competing. Hughes, Suter. Can you imagine this lineup now with PD, Hoglander, and maybe it's a bit of a stretch with Hedel? You take out Amon and Larson, although they're or Carlson. Although they're playing quite well. Who's Larson? You take out Amon, but and with Hughes and PD and DPD and Marcus Pettersson and Hronek firing all cylinders. I do think if Demko stays healthy, gets hot, if Hughes keeps his play, and if let's say Pettersson catches lightning in a bottle, and if Besser does something, we actually could do some damage in the playoffs. But we gotta get there first. And I think that's the biggest thing. Okay, friends, I left some questions and comments on the table. My apologies, but that's because you guys were so generous and I didn't do a single thing for the first 15 minutes except read off your donations and monthly membership messages and gift memberships. So I gotta prepare for Jordan. I'm gonna put these on first and see if this works because it's just a lot easier and there's less feedback. So let me get this ready real quick and then I will bring on my guest in the next 30 seconds. Let me just check this. Clay's AirPods connect. Now, Jordan's birthday was yesterday. Someone told me on Monday, so I got all excited. And then I messaged him first thing in the morning. I knew he was up because I think I saw him active on social media. So I wasn't worried about, and the guy's a hardworking realtor. Right? He probably doesn't sleep anyways. And I got all excited to have him on the show yesterday. So I said, hey man, can you come on 11:30? And he goes, Clay, I would, but I got my own hockey final tonight, ice hockey. So can we do Wednesday? I said, yes, we can do Wednesday. So I don't know if he won or if he lost. I'm just going to ask him that straight up. And then I want to give him a chance to talk about his channel. He was so humble. He said, it doesn't have to be about my channel. I said, no, but I want to celebrate other content creators. And then we'll most importantly get Jordan's takes on the Canucks. So please welcome from Canucks Uncensored, Mr. Jordan Lee.
How's it going,
brother?
Clay? How you doing?
Fine, thank you. Can you turn down, do you have a monitor or TV on? Can you turn it down for me if that's okay?
Yeah.
But I want to make sure you can still hear me though.
I can barely. Oh yeah. Okay. I can still hear you. Is that better?
You can. Yeah. That sounds a lot better. Can you hear me okay?
I can't hear you now. Hold on.
No, that's fine. Turn it up a little bit. That's fine. I know it's tricky when you're.
That's good.
Yep. And you can hear me?
Awesome.
Well, I love the setup. This is where you and Whit, actually, we'll get to your show in a second. First and foremost,
Sure.
Did you win last night?
Unfortunately not. Shout out to Super Saiyans at Coast Hockey in Richmond. Finals of the playoffs, best of 5. Lost the first game. Kind of got spanked. Maybe I think it was like 4-1 or something.
Yeah.
This team has a lot of firepower and speed, and we have our work cut out for us.
When's game 2?
It's on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, good.
Monday. But then I have another issue. My floor hockey team that I play floor hockey with is in the championship game too, and I'm playing goalie. So I can't not play goalie. So now my ice team is all mad at me because I can't make it on Monday.
So you will play a net for floor hockey and then get back for game 3 and be the savior from the rest of the series then.
I love it. Yes.
That's awesome.
Hopefully that'll be the case, Clay.
Yes,
Yeah,
always. And you guys, I joked around that I've known Jordan for quite a few years actually. I know his cousin Matt a little bit better. We used to do Canucks hockey blog and some podcasting together. But I've also got to know Jordan both at the Canucks games and around the. I don't play ice hockey, but I do play roller hockey if you call it play. So that's how I got to know Jordan a little bit too. So happy to see you and Witten do some great work. So let's talk about your channel first. And I know I want to lay it out there. Jordan was so humble and says, I don't have to plug the channel, And I said, no, I want to plug the channel because I'm a huge supporter of any type of content creation around the Canucks. So tell us all about the channel and what you guys are doing with your channel.
Oh, yeah, sure. Clay, I appreciate the opportunity. And, but yeah, I've always was inspired by content creators like yourself and Kempner and Locked On. Always wanted to, start my own podcast. And I mean, I love to watch the Canucks. I've been a huge Canucks fan my whole life. So was Whit, my podcast partner. And, we were just with YouTube and social media, anyone can have a voice, right? So we were just kind of thinking, I kind of wanted to find someone that I could start one with. And when me and Whit sit down and talk hockey, he can't stop. But it's good. It's good. He can't stop, but he's got a lot of good stuff to talk about. Whit. So I found a really good partner in Whit. Our styles they foil each other very well, and so we just sat down, just said, hey, let's just record ourselves and talking, and just go at it, see what happens, right? You don't know if you don't try. And Clay, I have to give you credit. I was able to reach out to you, and you were so helpful, and you were so graceful to just give me any kind of advice on how to start, how to use Streamlab, and all these different things. We have a lot to owe to you as well.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. And it just further proof that it would be very easy for me to say, no, good luck, guys. I'm not going to help you or whatever. But no, I really want you guys to succeed. And I do like a lot of the things you're doing. I wanted to ask you about a couple of them. Number one, you're doing a lot on Instagram, Reels, just kind of with the captions and the great cuts. Who does all that editing?
Yeah. Well, if we're being honest, I'm doing most of the editing.
Yeah.
I'm doing most of the editing of the pod and of the shorts and stuff. But he's doing what he can to pull his weight. He's putting up different polls on TikTok and putting up daily thoughts and tweets and stuff. And we're just trying to engage our audience basically all day and every day. So, it's really hard to do that with, making shorts, because the shorts take time to edit, and, we have, we want to maintain a certain level of quality with our shorts. Yeah. So anyone who does short form media on social media knows that it's a lot of work. It's a lot of grind. It takes time. You can't just throw things together if it doesn't look good. But we're finding different ways to engage our audience every day.
Exactly. That's why I don't do it. I don't have the time or the energy. So keep on doing what you're doing. And I don't want to, out of respect for your time, I don't want to I won't play the goal horn or anything, but I do want to say thank you, Daniel, for joining the CCC as a franchise member. Great to have you back. Thank you, Daniel. Okay. Tell me one thing, and then we'll talk about your views on the Canucks. Tell me one thing that you have found easier than you expected, or something that's coming easy to you guys as you launched your channel and your podcast and your YouTube live streams. And tell me one thing that's been a little bit more challenging, or you didn't expect as you ventured into this world of Canucks content creation.
What's been easy? I didn't expect that one, but yeah, nothing's really been easy, to be honest. I think the easiest part. Yeah, if anyone wants to start a Canucks YouTube, oh man, okay, warning. It's a grind, man. But I would say the easiest part is just me and Whit just hanging out, sitting down, and just shooting the, just talking about the Canucks. We love to talk about the Canucks anyway, so we might as well, just record ourselves and put that out. I mean, that's probably the easiest part. It is for me. It's fun. It's fun as well to put together the stories for the content and put together the podcast. In putting together different stories that people would be interested in about the Canucks, because watching the Canucks is not just watching hockey. It's, as we know, the Canucks is about watching a soap opera. Yes. No, tell me about it.
No, well said. No, I love what you said, that you have good chemistry with Whit. It comes across. Yet, you're right. It is a grind. So you guys, and nothing is perfect, and Kempner and Parker and even the old school guys like Gio, you just appreciate how Locked On Canucks, how we love doing this, but we obviously don't do it as our full-time gigs. None of us are good enough or big enough to do that yet. So it is a labor of love for sure. Wait, one last thing about the show. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, so that is one of the hardest parts, right? It's we have to be consistent. You have to continue to grind and do it. And the results aren't going to come right away. Yeah. We've been doing this for, I don't know, about 3 or 4 months now. We have a small following, but yet a very loyal following. Everyone who does follow us, they like us. But yeah, we have a small following, but it's growing very slowly. Let me just say that.
Yeah. No, that's fine. You just got to stay committed to it, and the numbers will come. Exactly. Last thing I was going to say, speaking of the 3 or 4 months, I have noticed a huge improvement in all the technical aspects of your show, the lighting, the camera work, the mics. You guys went from holding podcast mics like this close here to using the nice, is that just something that you knew would come in time, saving up money, or just deciding to spend it and just acknowledging that would beef up the quality of your show?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, we were always looking at how we can make it better and make it more appealing to people. And I just invested in a new camera, because I knew the web camera that we were using wasn't the best quality. It was kind of, the frame rate was very low. The resolution was really low, and the lighting wasn't great. So we put some money into buying a new camera, and then with the camera it came with these new mics, right? So
sweet.
With these mics, it's a lot. The sound's a lot better. I think as we were going along and looking at our content, we were like, okay, well, if we want to keep up with the big boys here, we got to step up our game. So
awesome. And you guys, I just put Jordan Witten's channel, Canucks Uncensored. I just pinned it as the comment. So while you're watching us and listening to Jordan right now, just simply click on that, hit the subscribe button, and then show them some love for sure. Okay, 10 minutes on this actual team. What do you make of the way they're playing in the past week? And 3 questions. What do you think of the way they're playing? Do you think they're going to make the playoffs? And do you want them to make the playoffs? Go for it.
Well, the way they're playing, me and Whit have been saying this. This team, you cannot. The logic is not a thing here for this team. Okay, they always do what you least expect them to do. They beat the teams that you don't think they're going to win, and then they lose to the ones that you expect them to win. Yes. Right? That win against Winnipeg, when that happened, what was it, 6-3, 6-2, something like that?
Yeah, last Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah. We're going through the schedule as to the last few games before the playoffs and saying, okay, we probably can win this one. They can probably win this one. No one thought they were going to beat Winnipeg, man. Let's be honest. They like to pull the rabbit out of the hat. You know, it's like, even like we like to look back before the Four Nations, right? We're saying, okay, in order for them to be in a good position going into the Four Nations tournament, they had to go in like 6-2 or something. And we were like, the way that they were playing back then, you know, they just got spanked like 6-0 to the Oilers. And we're like, there's no way these guys are going 6-2. And lo and behold, what do? They went in 6-2, put themselves fully into a playoff spot. And then now, let's talk about the last few weeks. I mean, they beat Winnipeg. Let me get a look at the schedule here. Oh yeah, here. Beat Winnipeg, and then they beat Winnipeg. Okay, so this team actually has it. And then they lose to St. Louis and New York, and we're like, okay. Then a big shootout win against New Jersey. Okay, so we didn't expect them to win against New Jersey, and here they go. See, it's just a roller coaster ride with these guys. You just never know what to expect.
Yeah. In the end, do they make it?
Are they going to make the playoffs? I mean, see. Me and Whit were saying, like, by the time the playoffs happen, they have to go, they have to get at least 10 to 8 wins.
Yeah.
Looking at the schedule, how it is right now, okay, next we got Columbus. Okay, they should win that one, right? But who knows? And then a rematch against Winnipeg. Who knows what's going to happen? The rest of the schedule looks pretty daunting, doesn't it, Clay?
Yep, it does. Yeah.
So I like to be a more realistic fan and a more, I try my best to be positive. Okay. I really do. I've been positive about this team for years and they've let me down too many times. Okay. So yes, I know my uncle always tells me that I need to take my positivity pills a lot more often. Okay. But so I like to be realistic. I like to, not be surprised. If I don't expect them, then they're not going to win. Hey, if they do win, that's great. It's a better feeling than to be disappointed. But if they're going to make the playoffs, you know what I'm hoping?
Yeah.
Demko's come back, and I've been a Demko skeptic all year because, and you watch our content, I have not been a fan of Demko because, yes, he's been a Vezina caliber goalie, but these injuries, man, it's 4 injuries this year.
Yeah.
Every time he makes a save right now, you're holding your breath. He's going to get hurt. I remember I think it was the last game against New Jersey. He was making these split saves, right? He's making these huge saves. And there was one in particular. He made the split save, and then he's kind of slow getting up. He's had his glove on the post, slowly getting up. I'm like, is it happening again?
Yes. I've heard people. Yeah.
Every time he makes a save. So, but he's looked like he's back right now. And if he can catapult us into the playoffs, anything can happen.
Yep. I've heard he's had a popliteus injury, a back latius injury, and now a groin latius injury. Yes.
Pretty much. What's next?
Yes, I know.
Right?
No,
so,
I hear you.
If he can get us into the playoffs, great. I'm always saying this. Let's just wait till he gets hurt again. Okay. Let's just not be surprised. Don't be surprised if he gets hurt again. But if he does, we have a more than capable guy that can back up for him right now.
There you go.
I think having Lankinen this year was a huge signing and one of the best signings we've had.
Yeah. Thank you, Skytrain Alfred. I am the beneficiary of Jordan and Whit's knowledge. So I get the donation, but he says, happy birthday, Jordan. Whit and Jordy are knowledgeable and passionate. You can't censor this up. Love it. I know. Alfred's
Alfred, love you.
Yeah, he's great. And then Japan 4, I can't believe I'm putting this on the screen. Maybe Demko got a new pair of groins. I don't even want to picture that. Thank you, Japan 4. Okay, so let's do 5 minutes of questions with Jordan, and we'll wrap this up. So put them in the chat, and I will just go. We'll go rapid fire. These ones, yeah, you answer them as in depth as or as briefly as you want, but we'll try and get through whatever people want to write. So type in your questions for Jordan Lee of Canucks Uncensored in the chat. By the way, this is your place, right? Is that what we're looking at? It's a pretty sweet setup.
Yeah, this is my place. I've been here for a while now. And when we started doing the podcast, we needed some sort of background, and I have a lot of jerseys, as you can see, so I'm using them. I've grown up a huge Canucks fan, and my mom and dad can attest. Yeah, I have a lot of memorabilia, so
love it.
They would always how can you buy so much Canucks stuff? Well, I guess they didn't know I was going to do a Canucks podcast one day in the future. So it
looks awesome. All right, how did you become a Canucks fan from SkyTrain Alfred?
How did I become a Canucks fan? I would have to say, well, hey, we're Canadians, right? And I grew up. I have a lot of uncles. Both my mom and dad have a lot of brothers, and they were all hockey fans. They were all, they weren't all hockey players, but they were all hockey fans, and they were all Canucks fans. So I think I owe it a lot to my uncles and my dad. My dad took me to my very first Canucks game when I was about 5 or so, but I've been a hockey fan ever since I was 2 years old. I was holding a hockey stick, playing hockey down in my basement with my dad when I was about 2 or 3. There's video of it. I should put the video up on our content sometimes. But there's one particular video that I know that exists, and I'm playing hockey in the backyards, and my mom's filming me, and then she goes, "What team are you playing for, Jordan?" And I said, "Canucks. I'm Canucks." So even at 3 years old, I knew what team I was cheering for. Little did I know how much drama and how much hair I would lose from cheering for this team.
Yeah, I always say, as content creators, we spend a lot of time, energy, and money on this team by choice, but it is a sacrifice.
It is definitely a grind, and but I've been a loyal and delusional Canucks fan ever since. I mean, they've disappointed me way too many times, but here I am. I still put on the stuff, still buy the jerseys, and I still go to the games.
Awesome. Sarah says loves your content on TikTok. Knuckleback, who's your favorite non-hockey athlete?
Non-hockey athlete. I would have to probably say, I guess it helps that his name is the same as mine. It would be Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go basketball. I had a feeling you were going to go basketball.
I'm honestly not a huge basketball fan, but Michael Jordan, and watching that documentary on Netflix, what was it called?
Last Dance. Yeah.
The Last Dance. Yeah. Was so inspiring how he got himself psyched up to play, and how he just made up stories in his mind to psych him up and make him the greatest player of all time. Yeah. I'll be honest, I sometimes do that when I play hockey.
That's good.
So maybe that's good. Why you saw me so angry at Clay when we were playing roller hockey back in the day.
Well, I was just trying to stay out of your way, but pretty easy to do because you didn't have to worry about me. I was too busy trying to learn how to skate against the boards. Okay, you have to answer these really quickly because I want to get through a bunch of these. Can someone have your Hedberg jersey?
Oh no, that's my prized possession, man. That's one of my prized possessions.
Love it. Do you think
my favorite goals of all time?
Is Ovechkin going to pass Gretzky? He needs 6. He needs 7 more. 6 to tie, I think. 7 more. Does he do it by the end of this season?
I can't believe this is happening, guys. It's going to happen. I think it's going to happen this season, and I cannot wait. Wait until it happens. Yes.
Favorite Canuck of all time?
Favorite Canuck of all time? It's got to be Bure. I mean, there's a lot up there. There's a lot of them, but Bure there's no one who beats him. He was the most exciting, the most entertaining player.
Of our 3 UFAs, I think Jessica meant to say Suter, although he has been playing super. Handicap these 3 UFAs. Do any of them come back? Suter, Besser, Forbert?
I hope. Well, man, they're all playing well right now.
Yeah.
I've been surprised by Forbert. He scored a goal today. And then when we first signed him, I was like, another big guy. But then he's shown that he's an effective big guy, right? And Suter, man, there's not much more we can say about him. What a bargain, what a value deal we got for him. Yeah. And he's showing that he deserves the money. But at the same time, Brock is doing that too. So I would want to re-sign probably first of all Suter and Besser, of course, but
okay.
You know,
Last three.
Are we going to be able to afford Besser? I don't know.
Last three, we're going to go food, then we're going to go group chat, and then we're going to go WWE tag team. So that's where we're going. What's your favorite restaurant in Richmond?
Oh, in Richmond. Okay, I can't think of one right off the top of my head, but okay, the one that I was at last was Prada Man. It's a Singapore-style food. They have really good honey anise chicken and really good beef curry there. I think
Okay, that sounds good.
have,
William from our group chat this from Gerald wants me to ask you, how much and how long should the Canucks offer Demko for his next contract if they extend him after next season? I don't know if this is an inside joke or if this is just an actual legit question.
Well, it could be. Hey, G, how's it going? How long should the Canucks offer Demko? Oh, man. See, I'm not even, okay, he's good right now, but his injuries, man, I can't trust him. I can't. He needs to prove to me that he's going to be able to go and get hurt. And we have Lankinen now.
Yep.
Do we re-sign Demko? I'm not sure if I'm convinced of that. But people might call me crazy, but I'm not sure if I'm convinced of that.
Fair enough. And finally, I got to give the last word to your podcast partner, Wit. Which WWE tag team do you think you guys are most like?
Holy cow. We never talked about that, Wit.
Are you like the Mega Powers? Are you like Hogan and Savage? Are you like the Bloodline? Like, what are you?
If we're the Mega Powers, then I would think that Wit is Hogan because he talked a lot. Because Hogan did all the talking in the promos.
Yeah, and then Savage just seethed. He just seethed.
Maybe the Rockers. Wit would be Sean because he's the more, and I'm Party Marty, so I know I like to party. I like to go out. So maybe I'm Marty Jannetty and he's Shawn Michaels.
Beautiful way to just make sure that Wit doesn't throw you through a glass TV. Then just make sure he doesn't do that. Yes.
He's gonna sweet chin music me into the glass barbershop.
Well, Jordan, this is awesome. You know I have a steady podcast partner in Parker. You have one in Wit, but I think we just proved we can take care of 25 minutes pretty darn easy between the two of us. So thank you for coming on. And it's a cool thing I like to do. Anyone who member or subscriber who has a birthday, if they're comfortable, I love bringing them on just for a quick chat, and even more so with you because I know you and you guys are doing great stuff on your channel. So why don't you tell everyone really quickly? I kind of put it in there, but where they can find you on all socials.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks a lot, Clay. And just before I do that, I just want to thank you again. You're such a gracious guy. You're always willing to help. Me and Whit really appreciate the support that you've been giving us and also giving me the platform today. Much appreciated. Everyone, you guys can follow us on Canucks Uncensored. On just Google Canucks Uncensored, you'll find us. We're on YouTube, X, Instagram, TikTok, mostly Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. I think that's the end. Whit's going to kill me because I always botch this every time I say this. But you can find us on all those platforms. Instagram and TikTok, we're on the most. We're trying to grow the YouTube channel. We're on Spotify too. Our podcast is on Spotify, so if you want to listen to us in the car, you can. But follow us, engage with us. We always encourage anybody to talk with us and engage with us. You can say whatever you want. We don't care. We'll react. And we really appreciate everyone who has followed us on our journey.
Love it. And on your way out, enjoy. We got Too Cool. We got the Bushwhackers. We got the Hart Foundation. We got the Dudleys. And we got the Road Warriors. So some 5 legendary teams for you guys to choose from. Thanks, Jordan. And thanks to you, Whit, by extension. And we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Clay. Thanks for having me on. Thanks,
all right,
guys.
Take care, brother. Thanks. That was Jordan Lee of Canucks Uncensored. I've pinned their channel in the comments, so make sure you give them a sub. I know I see their sub numbers going up as we speak, so that's awesome that many of you have decided to go and support them. And as always, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting this Canucks team that simply won't go away. So it's another night of scoreboard watching tomorrow until we play again on Friday against the Columbus Blue Jackets, yet another team trying so desperately to keep their playoff chances alive. Moderators, Thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thank you for your support. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. On your way out, you can like the video, you can subscribe, you can leave a donation. Make sure you subscribe to Canucks Uncensored, Jordan and Witten. Thanks to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Coach Patrick Lou, weight loss coach. Thank you to everyone who went above and beyond today. And this one's, it's going to be a little lengthy, but I want to honor you guys. Skytrain Yrvin with the donation. D-Lo with the donation. Knuckleback rejoins as a franchise, then upgrades to Hall of Fame. Skytrain Yrvin, gifts of membership. Coach Rob, monthly membership message. Hugh, monthly membership message. Shannon, donation. Ricky, gifts of membership. Shannon, Triple M. Luke with a donation. Brian with the Triple M from Hong Kong. Colin becomes a new member. Chris with the donation. Chris then becomes a new member. Daniel becomes a new member. And then Skytrain Yrvin with the late donation. You guys are amazing, and you're so amazing. You triggered the high five in the first 10 minutes of the show. I will give away something good on my show Sunday night. But before that, members, we have our show tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Look for the link at around dinner time on my channel on the community tab. And finally, Hall of Fame and Legends. Our next group Zoom chat will be this Sunday at 8:30 Pacific. I will send you guys a link for all of that. Okay, friends. And today, I don't do this all the time, but today's bad joke is courtesy of Edmund Yan. Yes, Edmund sent this to me on Instagram. I thought it was good enough. Well, you've heard my jokes. My standards aren't very high, so this certainly meets my standards. So make sure you rate this bad joke out of 10 on your way out. Thanks again to Jordan for joining me. Oh, wait, hold on a sec. Before I read this thing, I can't go yet because we ain't done. Swervin Yrvin comes in under the wire, gifts 5 memberships. That's $25. Thank you, Yrvin. That goes to Gui, Pauline, my friend Pauline, Michael, See Me No More MMA, and Shazi. Some of those names are a little tricky to pronounce, but thank you to everyone. Thank you to Erwin for the generosity, and welcome to all 5 of you to franchise membership just in time for our members-only stream tomorrow night. Thank you, Swervin Yrvin. It is awesome. Shannon, the one-on-ones for this round are not until April. Not until April. Okay, now I'm going. Unless someone else wants to donate, but that's not a hint. You guys have been more than generous tonight. I'm ready to read this bad joke from Edmund. Here we go. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Why did the coffee bean go to therapy? Yes, why did the coffee bean go to therapy? It had a lot of issues. A lot of issues. God bless. And go Canucks go. Booyah.